All right, the second hindrance to our prayer life we want to talk about is excuses. Now, we may spend a couple days on this one because this is where the rubber meets the road. Where we can be good at making excuses, aren't we? Can't we? Especially when it comes to prayer or reading the Word or spending time with God, we can become expert excuse makers. Well, the Scriptures have something to say about that. Listen to Luke 14, beginning in verse 16. And I'll read it from the Passion again, just for a little variety. We're pretty much familiar with it in King James or NIV or different ones. So I think we can get some nuance of meaning that maybe we haven't seen by reading a translation or paraphrase by somebody else. So here's the Passion Translation. Jesus gave this parable. There was a man who invited many to join him in a great feast. When the day for the feast arrived, the host instructed his servant to notify all the invited guests and tell them, "Come, for everything is now ready for you." Come. That's the invitation God gives us. Come. Everything is now ready for you. Hebrews 4:16, he says, "Come boldly to the throne of grace to obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need." What is our response? Well, here was theirs. But one by one, they all made excuses. One by one, they began to make excuse. One said, "I can't come. I just bought some property and I'm obligated to go out and look it over." Well, again, that's a lame excuse, which most excuses are. Spurgeon, I believe it was, said an excuse is a lie wrapped in the skin of laziness. This man said, "I can't come. I just bought some property and I've got to go look at it." Well, who buys property without looking at it? Nobody. It's a flimsy excuse, which most of our excuses are flimsy, if we'll just be honest and face up to it. Then the next one said, "Please accept my regrets, for I just purchased 5 team of oxen, and I need to make sure they can pull the plow." Well, again, what a flimsy excuse. Who buys 5 team of oxen and doesn't prove them? He said, "I've got to go make sure they can pull a plow." Well, why would you buy 5 team of oxen when you're not even sure they can pull a plow? Again, that's how our excuses are, just grasping at thin air to come up with an excuse. "Oh, I can't make it. Can't make it that prayer meeting. I've got to do this or that." Well, we can be master excuse makers. Well, and then another one said, "I can't come because I just got married." So he blames it on his spouse, or she blames it on her spouse. "I can't come. I just got married." Well, we can come up with all kinds of excuses when it comes to prayer, reading the Word, spending time with God, but that's just what they are, excuses. The servant reported back to the host and told him of all their excuses, not reasons, notice, excuses. These weren't listed as reasons. There are reasons we can't do certain things. There are reasons we may not be able to make a prayer meeting, but there should not be excuses. There may be reasons on occasion where we don't spend time with God, reading his word, praying, waiting on him in the morning or sometime in the day. There may be reasons, but there should not be excuses. And those reasons should be few and far between. Because our most important appointment each day should be spending time with God. That's how we should look at it. He told them of all their excuses, so the master became angry. Wow, that's interesting. That's the master's response. And this is a type of God as our master. The master became angry and said to his servant, "Go at once throughout the city and invite anyone you find, the poor, the blind, the disabled, the hurting, and the lonely. Invite them to my banquet." When the servant returned to his master, he said, "Sir, I've done what you've asked, but there's still room for more." There's always more room at God's banqueting table. There's always more room in the prayer meeting. There's always more room. So the master told him, "All right, go out again, and this time bring them all back with you. Persuade the beggars on the streets, the outcasts, even the homeless. Urgently insist that they may come in and enjoy the feast so that my house will be full. That's what God wants us to do, to come in and enjoy the feast so that his house will be full. I say to you all, the one who receives an invitation to feast with me and makes excuses will never enjoy my banquet. Sober words. We'll take it up here tomorrow. God bless you.